In this video, I'm going to show you guys a day in the life of an insurance agent. Now, this is going to be the raw reality of my day-to-day. And so you're going to want to stick around to the end to see how much I make here. And if you're thinking about selling life insurance over the phone, I'm going to show you guys exactly what my day looks like starting now. So guys, if you're wondering, I actually wake up at about 6 a.m. every single day, and I head to the gym and get a good workout in so that I'm pumped up for my day early on. And when I get back, I have some breakfast. Right now, I'm making some coffee, and I'm about to jump into my morning meeting. So right now, we just finished up the meeting, and we're jumping onto the phones. So you can see here, everybody's got a Zoom room thing kind of going here, where the whole team jumps in together. That way, we're able to kind of like, I don't know, we kind of like work as a team throughout the day, help each other out, answer any questions anybody might have. And we're able to kind of like have some camaraderie, right? I don't feel like I'm on an island working by myself, which is pretty cool. And so it's kind of like having like almost like a virtual office, which is nice because I still get to work from home. So I don't have to commute to work. I don't have to like drive through the Phoenix traffic or anything. I don't have to like, go ahead and get like a suit and tie on and do all the stuff that's like kind of annoying in the morning. One of the questions that I get all the time is, what type of setup do I have? Basically, I've got a MacBook Pro, I've got a Yeti microphone, I've got these trusty headphones, and then I've also got like a monitor. Now, I'm considering adding like a 3-monitor setup with a keyboard and like a mouse and everything, but for so far, this setup right here was able to get me to over $40K a month in sales on my own pen while building an agency. So it's pretty cool. It's worked out really well for me. And it's super simple. I just keep my CRM on one side, my dialer on the other side, my script on over here, and then my underwriting tool on this side as well. Oh, gotcha. Do you know how he might have gotten this number? Gotcha. Okay, no worries, man. Well, you have a good one. So that guy just told me it's the wrong number after answering to Ramiro, which is garbage. In that scenario, like if you ask them, they just like keep lying and saying it's not them. Usually I'll just call them back at a later time. Most of the time it's because they don't know why you're calling them. They freak out or whatever. And like in that scenario, I had a little bit of a language barrier. So it's oftentimes a little more difficult to get through on those calls because they don't know why you're calling. And like you can kind of create some friction in the call there. So I'm just going to call him back later. And maybe he'll be Ramiro then. I'm helping out this agent real quick. I got him on mute while I'm talking to you guys. But basically, this gentleman needs some help. And with him and his client, I've just got to help kind of walk them through this scenario that they're stuck in right now. And then from there, I'm going to get back on the phones. This is most of what my day consists of as a managing agent now, where basically I'm kind of helping out with other agents, and then I'm also trying to write business myself in the time in between. So this is pretty much what my day looks like. All right, y'all. So I'm wrapping my walk up here. Just quick little 10-15 minute walk, little sunlight. Just get the blood flowing, jumping back in the Zoom room with the other agents, and going to absolutely dominate the phones so that we can see a successful day here and get some sales. Nothing like getting the energy back up to get you fired up to hit the phones again. If you're not doing this currently and you work from home, I highly recommend it. Just a quick little 10-15 minute walk. Usually we get the blood flowing, get the energy right back up, and get you ready to roll. Get to come back home to see my little spotted friend. She's tired today. Back to the phones. Awesome. So we just got the deal finalized and everything was pushed through there, and I couldn't film that because there was some personal information and whatnot. This is a secure thing that we're not allowed to share on YouTube or anything like that. And so basically we got the gentleman approved. Everything was good to go. And now I'm going to be jumping back onto the phones and in the Zoom room with the other agents. And if they need me, obviously I'll help, and then I'm going to try to see if I can't find a client of my own. So guys, I've had some Wi-Fi issues today. For whatever reason, it happens sometimes. But I am now heading to a friend's house, and I'm going to try to use their Wi-Fi to keep this video going for you guys. This is the realest day in the life you will ever see, because problems pop up all the time. You just got to find solutions.
2,500. Okay, so I'm here, Wi-Fi is good. I found out that my microphone was actually shut off for about almost 2 hours. So I was calling, people were hanging up, and I was like, what the heck? Anyways, I fixed it, but basically like my entire last little stretch here was totally wasted, which is frustrating. But keeping a positive attitude, still hitting the phones. I've gotten a few people on, but not been able to shake anything out just yet. Trying to look for something that I can hopefully get a deal on here at the end of the day before I check out here for you guys. So let's see if we can make it happen, but I'm gonna keep y'all posted. And the insurance that you looked at here was for final expenses. Were you looking to cover more of like a cremation or a burial? A cremation, okay, gotcha. And I'm just gonna take some notes here, that way I can find that plan that's gonna be in that right price range for you. Is that okay? Basically, the way that I go about this and every insurance company works is that we've kind of got to ask you some questions to see what you qualify for, but there's one thing that's a little bit different, okay? The way that we're different from everybody is that I work with all the big insurance companies instead of just working for one company. So instead of working for like, State Farm, for example, I work with all of the companies to find you the best rate and find you something that you're going to actually get approved for. Are you with me on this so far? Okay. Now I am going to start with some of these basic questions here to kind of get you a ballpark. Now, because you're on the younger side, I'm going to kind of get you a quote for today's prices of what it would look like to cover a cremation if you were to pass away, in today's money. But since everything is going up in prices, I'm also going to look at what it would be, God forbid, something were to happen to you in 20, 30 years as prices go up. Does that make sense so far? The company that I'm looking at is a company called SBLI. They're very similar. They're also a mutual company, which basically just means that most of the times they end up having lower rates than most companies. And the reason I'm looking at them is because it doesn't cost as much and you get more insurance. And that's kind of the idea that we're looking for here, is pay less and get more. Just to make sure that we're both on the same page, what I'm looking at here is whole life insurance. Are you familiar with like the difference between term and whole life? Beautiful. Yeah, so we're looking at this one because you're trying to solve something that's going to happen for sure. We don't want to take a chance on it like we would with term. With this insurance company, we've kind of talked a little bit about the plan and a little bit about the company, but do you have any questions for me so far before I kind of go over the offers here with you? Okay, beautiful. So they did come back with 3 different offers. One was for $25,000. One was for $15,000. And that last plan here for us was for $5,000, which is just enough to cover the cremation here in today's prices. Let me know when you got that. Awesome. Now that is whole life insurance. It starts from day one, so there is no waiting period like those plans you see on TV. Now, if you make your first payment on a Tuesday, pass on a Wednesday, your family gets the full check, no reductions or anything like that. The prices also are fixed, so they stay the same. All through retirement, it's never going to go up on you or reduce or cancel like any term policy would. Out of these 3 plans, which one do you think would be the best fit for you and your family? The $25,000 plan? Okay, gotcha. And now for me to get everything, to get everything approved for you, I've just got to get logged in here and roll through the application. I was going to say here, so I've got some good news and some bad news. Which one do you want first? Gosh, you're stone cold. I was going to say the good news is we got you approved, and the bad news is if you ever need anything with your insurance, you got to give me a call, okay? All right, bye-bye. One call closed, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting a little late out here. It's kind of dark, but we were able to get her approved, this lady that I was just on the phone with, for day one coverage, and it actually ended up being about $79.59 per month. So if I'm an agent working here at Zoosurance, I'm going to get 50% of that, which means I get half of whatever it is for the 12 months. So you take $79.59, multiply it by 12, and that's what I'm going to get paid in full if this client keeps their policy. Now, whenever you're selling life insurance, you get what's called a 9-month advance, which means you get 75% of that up front, and the rest of it comes in months 10, 11, and 12. So if I'm an agent working at Zoosurance, and I just made, drum roll please, in about 35 minutes, talking to Miss Jones, I made $358.15 cash up front, and the rest of it will come at the end here. So guys, that's pretty much a day in the life of an insurance agent. Not too much to tell here. Considering going to jump in the pool down here and hang out with the guys. I came to my friend's house to use their Wi-Fi and work so I could get you guys this footage. I hope you like this video. If you do, leave a like button down below and a comment with what kind of content you want to see more of. And if you want to throw down the subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.